Anderson with KC Water, and thank you for joining us for this virtual event. We are officially kicking off the start of the Upgrades on Main project. Now, I'm here at Pershing Road and Main Street, where construction has started here on a very important project. This project, Upgrades on Main, will allow KC Water to go inside and replace age-old infrastructure, century-old infrastructure. And they'll be doing that from Pershing Road all the way to 51st Street. And we're not the only ones. 15 other utility companies and private agencies will be inside, underground, doing the same thing, replacing, repairing, restoring old infrastructure. Now, this is going to be a long process, so we ask that you just be patient with us. And over the course of this project, we want to keep you informed. This is all to pave the way for the much anticipated KC Streetcar Expansion. We don't want the rails to get here and we have to do all that work again. So we're trying to get it done early so that we can pave the way for the streetcar. Now, you'll hear from a few people today. You'll hear from our KC Water Deputy Director, Matt Bond, council members from the 4th District, Councilwoman Catherine Shields and Eric Bunch. You'll also get a chance to hear from our new city manager, Brian Platt, and we'll talk to the construction company as well as a business owner along Main Street. Now, KC Water is proud to take the leading role in keeping the community informed of all the construction activities, when it's happening and where. Our team is coordinating with private utility companies, our partners, KCATA, KC Streetcar, and the City of Kansas City, Missouri, to ensure that you, the community, know what's happening and when. Here's some information. If you have a question or concern, you can call our project hotline at 816-337-1013. You can also email us at water.upgradesonmain@kcmo.org. You can visit our project webpage, kcwater.us/upgradesonmain. You can interact with that webpage. There you can also sign up for the free weekly construction updates. That's very important. We highly encourage you to do that. It's the best way to stay informed of the project on a regular basis. And with that, I'd like to invite Matt Bond, our Deputy Director of KC Water, to tell you more about this project. Matt?
Good afternoon, everyone. Very excited to have you all with us this afternoon to celebrate progress being made in Kansas City. Upgrades on Main is a vital project for Kansas City that will ensure that our community can rely on city infrastructure day in and day out so that our businesses and neighborhoods can run smoothly. This project also allows Kansas Cityans to plan for our city's next chapter as we prepare for the KC Streetcar Extension, spurring even more growth and development along the Main Street corridor. Upgrades on Main is a massive undertaking. When all said and done, the project will result in the replacement and relocation of approximately 4 miles of water mains, approximately 3.3 miles of sewer mains, rehabilitation or replacement of over 190 manholes, new valves and fire hydrants along the project corridor, and then the relocation of water meters to the outside where possible. So we're very grateful to have locally owned and operated Kissick Construction on board. They perform excellent work, and we're happy that in the times of COVID-19, we're able to put people to work on this project. A project of this size with its many stakeholders takes a true team effort. I want to thank all of our KC Water staff for their hard work, our design professional Burns & McDonnell and their 6 sub-consultants, and Kissick Construction and their 9 subcontractors. Some of their team members with Burns & McDonnell include HG Consult, a minority business enterprise, Trek Design Group, a WBE, Walla Engineering Services, an NBE, Parsons & Associates, an NBE, Environmental Advisors and Engineers, a WBE, and GPRS. On the construction side, again, we have Kissick as the prime, Anderson Trucking is an MBE, RGS and Associates is an MBE, EG and Sons Construction is a WBE, Mayer Oil, WBE, Redford Construction, and MBE, Ace Pipe, SAK, and LMK Technologies, along with Superior Concrete Cutting. So also want to thank our partners, Public Works Department, KC Streetcar, KCATA, and the KC Streetcar Constructors. So we're all committed to ensuring that we communicate well using the channels that Heather talked about with the affected residents and businesses with our construction along this corridor. Now I'd like to introduce our new city manager, Brian Platt. Brian?
Thank you, Matt, and thank you to everyone for joining. This is such an exciting time, not only for the 4th District of Kansas City, but for the entire, the greater Kansas City region. This project, in conjunction with the streetcar expansion, is going to transform this neighborhood and this city in ways that we can't even imagine at this point. It showcases how the city has an ability to work with multiple public and private entities to deliver a high impact project for all of our citizens and all of our visitors here. It's been really great to be a part of this. It's only been a few weeks for me here working for the city, but this is one of the things that I've tried to dive into as quickly as possible, understanding the significance of it and the impact that it's going to have for the city. Thank you all again for having me here. I'm looking forward to being a part of this project, and I'm happy also to introduce Councilwoman Catherine Shields.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's wonderful to be here with you today. This is an exciting project, as our city manager said, not just for the 4th District, but for the entire city. But as a 4th District resident living close to the Country Club Plaza, actually a block off of it, this is particularly an exciting project for me. This is really going to be a project that remakes the face of Midtown Kansas City. But you know, you can't have those improvements above the ground if you're not doing the work underneath the ground. And that's what our people at KC Water are heading up. That's the work that faces us over the next couple of years. And I just want to thank Terry Leeds and also Matt Bond for the very cooperative spirit that they have brought to this project, and their willingness to coordinate these themselves and 15 other entities on doing the work that needs to be done below ground, the work we never see, that makes sure that the trolley tracks above the ground are the success that we all want them to be. So it's just wonderful to be here with everyone today. You know, this again means so much in terms of jobs for our local workforce, for our local businesses. And I'm just very excited to be even a small part of this very important effort to move Kansas City forward in this century. So thank you. And I would like to introduce, if he is with us, my in-district colleague, Eric Bunch.
Thank you, Councilwoman Shields, for the introduction. And Tuesdays are my day to hang out with the kids. So you may see some kids running around in the background. And right here in Midtown, just a couple blocks away from where we'll start seeing the construction happen. You know, this type of work is obviously critical. Water is obviously essential to life, and it's essential to healthy people, healthy families. And that's especially true right now in these very, very trying times. We've seen just how much water to our homes is important. And so the infrastructure that brings that water to our homes is critically important. And I want to just express my gratitude to the Water Department and the Public Works Department for working together to make sure that this is coordinated with probably the largest infrastructure project that Midtown has potentially ever seen, with the streetcar that's coming. And so, you know, of course, there's so much excitement about the streetcar. That's unquestioned, that we are going to see the city change in dramatic ways, as the new city manager just mentioned. So, you know, I can't thank the departments enough for doing a great job of coordinating and making sure that this underground infrastructure is taken care of ahead of time, so that we can put those streetcar tracks down and get those streetcars running up here in a few years. So, again, thanks to everyone, and those of you who have not met our new city manager, Mr. Brian Platt, was on here earlier. Please get a chance to know him and introduce him to all the great things that are going on here in Kansas City. And so I believe that I am introducing my friend Kevin Klinkenberg from KC Midtown Now. If he's on the call, I'd love to invite him to talk a little bit about how this is really affecting Midtown and particularly the businesses here in Midtown.
Great. Thank you very much, Councilman Bunch. Appreciate it, and appreciate everybody here. You know, 40 years ago this year, a group of concerned business owners and citizens came together and formed the Main Street Corridor Development Corporation, which became known as Main Corps. 2 years ago, we changed our name to Midtown KC Now. 40 years ago, we could only dream about projects like this and how they could positively change Midtown and turn the tide for what had become a bad era. Now we can only look forward with incredible excitement to see this project being done and the streetcar following on its heels. There's incredible excitement in Midtown for all of this work. It's going to be messy for a couple of years. We all know that. But I would encourage everybody to come out and take a look at it. I'm an architect by trade. I think construction and infrastructure is interesting and sexy. And, you know, bring the family, bring the kids out, take a look at what a 100-year-old street looks like when it's carved up. It's a lot of fun. And then when you're here, patronize some of our businesses as well, because they'll sure appreciate it the next 3 or 4 years with all this construction going on. But we couldn't be more excited here in Midtown for everything that's happening, and really want to thank all of our partners at the city and the Streetcar Authority for making this work possible. And with that, I'd like to turn it over to John Garvey of Kissick Construction.
Thanks, Kevin. I'm John Garvey, Senior Project Manager for Kissick Construction. First, let me say on behalf of Kissick Construction that we are very excited to be part of this project. We were part of the team constructing the first phase of Streetcar. I'm very happy to be part of the team on this second phase expansion. As was said earlier, this project involves replacement, relocation of sanitary sewers, water mains along the Main Street corridor. This project presents unique challenges involving deep excavation, challenging working conditions, and traffic control considerations, but we have the team to meet those challenges safely. In addition to our own crews, our subcontractors were part of the first streetcar project and are familiar with the requirements of working in these conditions. Kissick Construction will self-perform all sanitary sewer work and the majority of the water main work, with the remaining water main work being completed by our subcontractor Redford Construction, who was also part of the original streetcar. While constructing this project, Kissick will utilize trenchless technology whenever possible to reduce impacts to businesses and traffic. All of our work within the project area will be coordinated with the KCATA, streetcar constructors, and other private utilities who are also working along the Main Street corridor to help reduce the impact to the public. If anyone has any questions or comments as we are working, please, for the safety of our workforce and you, coordinate those comments through the communications team directly. We will do our best to make you aware of any impacts to the public. And thank you for your time today on behalf of all Kissick Construction, and we look forward to completing this project quickly, but most importantly, safely. And with that, I think we go back to Heather.
And thank you to all of our speakers and those of you who are watching today, our virtual celebration as we kick off this incredible project. Before we go, I do want to remind you of how you can stay informed about this project. Once again, you can visit the project webpage, kcwater.us/upgrades-on-main, to interact with the project webpage. There you can also sign up for the weekly construction update. If you have a question or concern, you can call our project hotline at 816-337-1013. And you can also email us at water.upgradesonmain@kcmo.org. And with that, on behalf of KC Water and the City of Kansas City, Missouri, thank you so much for joining us.